This Among Us video will make you comfortable. Among Us is a game designed to keep you on edge, but that just makes the oddly satisfying parts so much better. So today, we've got the most satisfying moments that you can pull off in the game. And hey, YouTube and I both saw that red sub button vent, so make sure to chuck that phony into the lava. It's free, and plus, if it's not them, you can vote me. Number 1. It's no surprise to anyone that electrical is one of the worst places to go for your tasks. I mean, look at it, the place is practically designed to kill you. With a vent in the back corner and little to no room for any bystanders, it's such an easy setup for an imposter to kill you while you do your tasks. So when you manage to pull off not one, but all of your tasks in electrical without dying, it's a thing of beauty. Especially if you get them off your table early on in the game. Then you don't have to worry about them, they're off your plate, and you can just go about with the rest of your safer tasks. Number 2. A bystander's only as good as the degree that they're willing to pay attention. So for those moments where you're able to kill someone next to another person and they don't notice what you did, it's the reason why we have the phrase perfect crime. And then the whipped cream on top is when you take them into a meeting and they don't know who to accuse, they just start pointing fingers randomly. Because really, in a game like this where attention is so important, if you're able to exploit someone's lack of it, then you can really feel like the perfect imposter among us. Number 3. One of the things that unites us as a community is that if you see admin up in your taskbar, you're letting out an audible groan. Because no matter what tactic you try, that card swipe is never gonna work out. Fast, slow, whatever, it's just designed to be a pain. But for that once in a blue moon shot where your chakras align and you're able to get that card swipe just right on try number 1, it sends you right up to enlightenment. And it's almost too good to be true where if you walk away after a perfect card swipe, it might have just looked like you faked the task. It's that rare. Number 4. Regardless of whether you're a perfectionist or just someone who likes saving time, when you see one of these on your screen, you're gonna be pretty happy. Sure, seeing the cables go along a straight path already looks pretty nice, but when you partner it with the fact that it's a short task that just got even shorter, it's practically non-existent, meaning you can get on with your task having the knowledge that you just saw something as beautiful and as rare as a double rainbow. I mean, except if you're colorblind, then I guess neither of them look good. Number 5. Watching cams after you finished your chores is a valiant task, but most of the time it seems to be better on paper than it actually is in execution. After all, there's a lot of downsides that can come from camping in this game. But when you do manage to get the killer into a false sense of security and manage to get them doing it live on camera, then all that patience pays off and then some. And that feeling when you run over to call an emergency meeting armed with the fact that you not only saw exactly where they killed and when they did it, but also the fact that you didn't get killed while camping on cams, it's a pretty empowering moment. Number 6. When you're playing as the imposter, clearly your goal is to stay out of the hot seat as long as possible, which makes blindly accusing an innocent crewmate a high-risk, high-reward situation for sure. But when the coin lands on heads and everyone believes your lie, it can bring your deception level from 0 straight up to 100. And also, it can get one target off the ship and one less crewmate for you to deal with. A definite plus. Number 7. Using the vents is one of the bigger win-loss scenarios for the imposter. Because on one hand, it's absolutely fun to be fast traveling around the map. Though on the other, it's a non-lethal way for the crewmates to catch you in the act and vote you out. So when the god of timing smiles upon you and you manage to get out of the room before someone sees you vent, it turns what could have been your greatest downfall into a huge asset. And then as you hop between different parts of the map, you can do it with the satisfaction that not only did you get away with it, but now you also got an advantage on the competition. Number 8. If admin card is a pain to do right, then doing reactor is a pain to do at all. Speaking in my experience, it so constantly gets interrupted by emergency meetings, getting killed, etc. It's just too long to get anything worthwhile done. So when you're able to sit down at your chair and just do the beeps and boops in peace, it's pretty nice to get that sequence done completely uninterrupted. If nothing else, just for the satisfaction that if you mess up at the last one, you're not gonna get shanked in the back because you did it. Number 9. Trying to pull off decent communication in a private lobby is already tough, but doing it in a public game is pretty near impossible. So when you finally manage to crack through that language gap and communicate with the other gorillas in your group, it can make you feel like quite the linguist. Even just getting them to do something as simple as following you to buddy up or viewing your visual task is a huge help, and it lets you use the strength and numbers that the crewmates are supposed to have. Number 10. Having another crewmate vouch for you can be a huge weight off your back. Meaning when you convince someone to watch you do your visual task, you have one less thing to worry about going into a team meeting. And trust me, whoever just saw you do that med-based scan or fire off at some asteroids is now your new best friend for the rest of the game. And if you manage to do the same to them, then you might just have the perfect pair that even the best of imposters might have a tough time disrupting. Number 11. With all the fun of being the imposter also comes a lot of pressure of trying not to get accused. So when the crewmates just decide to point fingers at each other and leave you completely off to the sidelines, it's a real stress relief. So if everyone decides to neglect you and instead favor the doctrine that red's sus, it means that you're able to work from the shadows, now with a grin on your face knowing that you're pretty innocent going forward. At least as far as they're concerned. Number 12. Pulling off a kill as the imposter already feels pretty good. So when you take that baseline and you manage to kill someone in a hidden place like behind the rock on Polis, the dopamine's sure to go through the roof. I mean, just look at it. Being able to hide that corpse behind a crag is too good of an opportunity to pass up on. And if you're playing with a group that's not actively looking at the report button in the bottom of their screen every single second of the game, then you might just be able to pull off that kill and have them having no clue what happened going into the next meeting. Number 13. Having to finish your tasks after you've been killed feels like homework. And I think I speak for everyone that homework is not on the top of your priority list. Especially because too often than not, the Spectres decide to get salty and not do the rest of their tasks. So when you get in a lobby where everyone finished their tasks and you manage to win by finishing all of the chores after you've been killed, it feels like a pretty cool team effort. And for me at least, it's comforting to know that I can still help to win the game, even if I was the first blood. Number 14. Finding a good lobby in a public queue is like finding a needle in a haystack at the bottom of the Marianas Trench. But even harder might be finding a good lobby that stays together after just one match of the game. So when you get the chance to experience that when you re-queue and want to play again, most if not all of the other players decide to do so as well, it definitely sparks a feeling of camaraderie in the lobby. And the peace of mind of being able to hold on to your group and not having to reshuffle for new ones feels like holding on to a winning hand and then some. Number 15. Until a detective role gets added to Among Us, the rest of us are just left pretending to be Sherlock Holmes as we run around the lobby. But when you manage to deduce the imposters so perfectly that not only will they admit it, but they might even just leave the game outright, it really does make you feel like literature's best private eye. Because winning's already a plus, but when you manage to win so hard that the person gets salty and tilted about it, it's a whole other level. And it'll definitely earn you some street cred amongst the other players. Number 16. Recently, being able to queue into a lobby without hacked bots or people ruining the fun for everyone else already feels like a major plus. It's a small victory, but sometimes you gotta take those little joys. So until Inner Sloth fixes this problem, I'm gonna take the little boosts of happiness of being in a lobby where I'm not getting spammed constantly. The more I'm able to play the game without losing hope in humanity, the better. Number 17. The buddy system is the lifeblood of crewmates. And while spending time with a pal is already a huge help at giving you time to stay alive, if the two of you stack up, the imposter kills your friend, and then you're able to avenge report them right there on the spot, it gives your team a huge leg up. So if you're trying to set up that kind of enjoyment for yourself, I recommend looking for names that can be similar, but obviously they can't be the same. So whether it's different combinations of capital I's or lowercase L's or what have you, it just has to be good enough for the imposter to do the kill, and keep them from getting suspicious of your stack stockpile. Number 18. Although, just as stacks can be helpful for crewmates trying to catch who does the kill, it also can give imposters a free body off their checklist. Think about it, when you manage to stack everyone up in one place, then it's super easy to do the kill and have no one be any the wiser of who pulled it off. Getting them to point fingers wrongfully at each other, and you the satisfaction of a job well done. And this gives non-lethal emergencies such as lights or comms way more of a use in your arsenal. Number 19. Coordinating anything in an Among Us lobby feels like an uphill battle. But if you still have yet to be in a lobby where everyone's wearing the same hat, I highly recommend you chase that high. And if you do manage to set off a chain reaction and get everyone to do this, then I highly recommend you take a picture. You're gonna need something for your Christmas card. And also, it'll remind you of a simpler time before everyone was killing each other in the match. Number 20. Not voting on 4 is a logical decision that all of us pretty much take as gospel. But when you as the imposter manage to get those non-believers to vote on that key number, it lines you up for one of the best kills in the game. Now with only 2 innocents left, you're able to sabotage lights, get them clumped up, and then kill one of them right in front of the other for an easy, clean win. Because after all, what's the point of doing a crime if there's no witnesses to see just how awesome it was? Number 21. When you're playing as a crewmate, your moveset is admittedly pretty limited. But chief among all the things you can do, you've got one trump card to pull off. The if it's not him, then vote me. And don't get me wrong, that's a powerful move. So when you're able to pull it off and then it works and you get the imposter right out of the ship, it makes you feel like a different breed. And it might just give you the added benefit of having extra credibility in the next match that you go into, which is an advantage we'd all kill to have, to say the least. Number 22. When you're playing as one of the two imposters in a 2-killer lobby, you not only have to worry about your own well-being, but also the one of the other crewmate. That said, in the times where you see that the heat is starting to favor your friend, you can choose to do the cold-blooded move of sacrificing the other to mitigate your risk of getting thrown off the ship. It's some crime boss levels of thinking, but when you manage to do it and then you throw them off to then win the game, it makes you seem like even more of a natural fit in the killer's chair. And it might even change the other imposter's resentment into straight up respect. Number 23. As a crewmate, I always have the pie-in-the-sky hope that we're able to finish the round before any bodies hit the floor. And while most of the time that's just the pipe dream, and the rare chance that you're able to live out that fantasy and vote out the imposter round 1, it's awesome enough to overpower just how anticlimactic it is. This is especially great if you manage to bag the criminal on other things than just guesswork. Like maybe they vented in front of you or they slipped up their words during a meeting. Whatever it was, if you're able to get a first round clean win, it's one for the history books. Number 24. When a small dev team is trying to carry the success of Among Us on its back, you're bound to see a couple of connection issues. And unfortunately for most of us, these seem to be the rule and not so much the exception. And I'm sure we've spent plenty of time with our friends just hopelessly typing in the same mess of cues to not get into the round. Which makes the times where you do log into that Discord call and manage to get everyone into the lobby first try so much better. Number 25. While Among Us has been able to bring us plenty of moments of joy and levity in what feels like admittedly pretty bleak times, my personal pick for what is the absolute best moment to pull off in Among Us is, of course, a cha-cha slide in the lobby. And folks, if you haven't done one of these yet, then it's time to get funky and just watch how great it is. Let's just hope that when you do it, your friends are better coordinated than mine. And with that, folks, make sure to deliver a nice warm blanket to that subscribe button down below, and have a good one, alright?